Coming up today on Mormon Times.
58% of the general public of the United States says they know little or nothing about Mormons.
See the ad campaign that's changing the perception of who we are, and meet the campaign's newest faces, a couple from Cache Valley.
I'm Alan Wolford.
My name is Laura Wolford, and I'm a mom.
I'm a father. I'm a husband.
I'm a chef.
I'm a Jeep enthusiast.
I'm a goer.
I've been sober for 20 years.
I just love life.
I grow funny mustaches.
And I'm a Mormon.
And I'm a Mormon.
What a privilege it is to be a member of this church.
Meet Utah's Harvey Gardner, a man who inspired over 26,000 people to memorize the Proclamation on the Family. And we continue our temple history series with a look at Nauvoo. Good morning and welcome to Mormon Times. I'm Kathy Aiken. The church's newly updated website, Mormon.org, is becoming quite a hit all around the world. And it's largely due to the simple words, I'm a Mormon.
We started testing ads, and then we realized, gosh, there could be a gold mine here just getting to know a Mormon.
Getting to know a Mormon is the primary goal of the newly updated church website, Mormon.org. Scott Swafford, director of the site, says the new campaign began a little over 2 years ago.
This organization looks at a lot of news headlines and studies and Pew studies on religion, and come to find out that 58% of the general public of the United States says they know little or nothing about Mormons. So if over half the country knows nothing about you, then it's probably a good time to introduce yourself. And the best way to do that, the most authentic, the most transparent way to do that, is through the lives of members.
I'm a Los Angeles City firefighter paramedic. My name is Devin Gales, and I'm a Mormon.
My name is Daisy Chow. I'm a resource manager. I'm a dedicated blogger, and I'm Mormon.
My name is Rose Day Talkdoll, and I'm a Mormon.
So far, the lives of 50 members are being profiled on Mormon.org in the I'm a Mormon campaign. They hope the diversity of the members will open dialogue with non-members and improve missionary work. The site is based on people, so it's a personal perspective on the church's values and faith.
We assembled bright young filmmakers and said we want a real documentary, a very authentic, real, no makeup person goes, no art person goes to art direct their home and arrange their knickknacks. It's really very realistic. We're not going after famous people per se, we're going after a Mormon who might live down the street from you. If you go to Our People and click on that, it says I'm a Mormon, you can click on I'm a Mormon.
Besides the member profiles, the site also answers doctrinal questions. There's a page on where you can find service activities and also open up a live chat with a missionary or member.
We only have focus groups initially to show them, and we have letters from people saying, wow, this isn't what I thought Mormons were. And we in fact have members who have for one reason or another stopped being active in the church who are now coming back saying, well, gosh, if that's a Mormon, I could be a Mormon again. You know, it's a little bit broader definition of what a Latter-day Saint is, and that's really made a big difference in some of these markets.
Mormon.org also allows members to download their own profiles so people can read the testimonies of members from all around the world.
We frankly didn't anticipate the response, and you know, we went from 1,000 to 4,000 in about 3 weeks, and then there are literally 20,000 people in some stage of filling out their profiles.
And so far, reaction has been positive. There are currently 9 markets around the country with heavy concentrations of television, radio, and digital advertising. For the rest of the nation, it's solely a digital campaign. They'll know in January just how well it's working.
We've had a lot of interesting anecdotal evidence, and I think when we see the research come back, we'll learn that, you know, misperceptions and perceptions about Mormons have changed radically.
Joining me now are Laura and Alan Wolford from Cache Valley. Their story will be featured in one of the newest ads to be released in the coming weeks. Thanks so much for coming this morning.
It's so fun to be here. And isn't that a fun campaign?
It is a great campaign. I want to know how you two were chosen. How did that come to be?
Well, it's kind of funny. This guy, his name was Rhett Lewis, called us one time and said, you know, I know of Alan, and I know of his reputation, first of all, in town. He's a good man. And of his funny mustache. That's not maybe that typically Mormon, yeah. And so he asked if we'd be interested, and that's really what kind of came about it, his reputation and his mustache.
So, Alan, why do you think your message is so compelling?
You know, I think it tells people that you don't need to be perfect. When Laura got me involved back in the church when I was inactive for a long time, one of the first things she told me that was really important to me is you just have to try, and it made sense to me. And so I've been trying.
Well, and our story is about divorce, and so, you know, the life after, the good life after divorce is a good message, because we have, I mean, in the world today, there's just so much of that going on, and it happens to good people. And so that's a good, I think a good message that we have is that there's happiness after.
How do you think or how would you hope that your message touches others? What do you want people to take from your particular message?
You know, we've kind of thought about that before and talked about how we just hope that people will realize that hard things and terrible things happen to good people, and that there is hope and there is life after. And what you just said a minute ago about that not being perfect.
Well, and if people have made mistakes, they can come back. They'll be welcomed.
Having said that, Alan, how is it for you to get in front of that camera and say, I'm a Mormon?
Proud in a good way, humble, appreciative, a lot of good feelings.
And you know, there's no reason to be ashamed to say it. You know, it's like, I am a mom, and I am a chef, and I am a Mormon. But why is that something that should be awkward to say?
Exactly, and a way to share your testimony, I would assume, as well.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I'm sure you're hoping many people get on and notice it, not just the people from Cache Valley, but this goes worldwide.
That's what they said. They're doing some television commercials in LA and back east, and it's thrilling to us to know that we are truly in love and truly proud of being Mormons, and like he says, proud in a good way.
Do you know when it's going to be released? Have you heard?
Well, they keep saying any day now, so any day now.
Pretty soon, pretty soon.
Well, Alan and Laura Wolford, thank you so much for joining us. I think it's a great campaign, and I'm so glad that we have some people from Utah in the campaign. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much. To view some of the profiles in this ad campaign, you can go to Mormon.org. Coming up, still to come on Mormon Times.
First of all, what is your definition of greatness?
Utah Harvey Gardner has made millions of dollars, but his greatest accomplishment has nothing to do with money. We'll share his story coming up.